Yo, what is up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this NBA channel. So, let's get straight into it. Derrick Rose, one of the biggest what-ifs in NBA history. Started his career in Chicago, then a couple years later, he got traded to the Knicks. And now, most recently, he signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers this offseason. Dude got his career completely derailed by only 7 letters. INJURIES. Injuries. So let's talk about what recently went down this season. When Derrick Rose signed with the Cavs, one of the biggest questions about him coming into the season was, could he be able to stay healthy? And back then, he certainly had a role for that Cleveland Cavaliers team, and it was to be the backup point guard. Literally out of nowhere, the Cleveland Cavaliers end up signing Dwayne Wade. And a few weeks go by, and the Cleveland Cavaliers decide they want to have D Wade and D Rose come off the bench. So that just made the Cavs backcourt jam-packed. And Derrick Rose really didn't have a place on the team. That secondary guard unit for the Cleveland Cavaliers had zero type of shooting. Both of those players do their best when they attack the paint. For like 7 games into the NBA season, Derrick Rose already went down with an ankle injury. And originally he was just set to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. It really wasn't supposed to be a serious injury. So a few weeks go past the timetable, and dude still isn't ready to play. And while he was injured, out of nowhere, Derrick Rose misses an extended period of time. And his reason for that was that he wanted to evaluate his future in basketball, period, due to the amount of injuries he's had in such a short amount of time. I think this last injury really pushed him to the edge. And I don't blame him. But you see these? You see these?
What is you looking at?
You see these? My knee, my ACL, whatever it is, my calves. You know what I'm saying? You see these legs? Oh, shit. Give me a second. Anyways, like I was saying.
You are gay.
Yeah, you see these legs? You only get one of these. Only one pair of these. We can only get hurt so many times. And for D Rose, it's to the point where if he gets one more serious injury, it's wraps. And it's most likely life-altering at this point. I'm not saying he's gonna die or anything like that. Nah, that's too far. But once he gets older and he's actually a senior citizen, he's not gonna be able to do the normal old people stuff, like walk around properly. He might not be able to raise his foot over the bathtub without feeling some type of pain.
You know what I'm saying? That's tough!
That man's lower body went to hell and back. So fast forwarding in time a little bit, Cavs end up struggling bad for a certain period of time. During that little time period, Derrick Rose ends up coming back, and he plays very limited minutes for the Cavs. So shockingly, on the trade deadline, the Cavs randomly throw away just about half of their roster. And Derrick Rose was included in that process. And he got traded to the Utah Jazz. And automatically, the Utah Jazz ended up waiving him 2 days later. So far this season, the limited playing time that D Rose has had, he's only averaged 10 points and 2 assists per game.
Like, do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn.
Dude's only played like 16 games this season. D Rose right now is at his all-time low in the NBA. All-Star weekend just passed by and he's left without a team. So what's next for D Rose? Will he get signed by another team this year? Well, I mean, the Timberwolves were rumored to go after him. But like I said in a previous video, D Rose wouldn't do that team any good. The Wolves need more shooters. They're towards the bottom of the NBA in 3-point makes per game. So he can't help them. Tyus Jones is a better backup point guard fit for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves, whatever you want to call it, they're the same thing. Anyways, like a few days ago, the Wolves came out saying that they weren't interested in signing D Rose. So what other teams could possibly sign Rose? Well, there really isn't many. There may be only 1 or 2 teams that actually make sense that D Rose should sign to. And that's the Oklahoma City Thunder, maybe, and the Washington Wizards. The Wizards are in need of a point guard since John Wall is going to be out for a couple of weeks. And for OKC, I mean, it would make sense, but then again, it really wouldn't make much sense. Because OKC needs shooters, and also along with the shooter, they need another ball handler off the bench. And Derrick Rose can only provide one of those 2 things. But to be honest, man, I really don't know if any team will give Derrick Rose a chance. He's injury prone. In these past 2 seasons, he's been randomly missing games. Last year, I believe, when he was with the Knicks, they had a game going against the Pelicans, and he just simply did not show up. He gave none of the coaches, none of his teammates, no notice. And then this year, he left the Cavs because he was deciding if he wanted to continue playing basketball. But also, other rumors came out saying that he left to just go get married to a girl. And I'm guessing have a honeymoon type thing or whatever.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
And if that is the case, that's not a good look at all. Sad to say, but his time in the NBA probably has come to a closing point.
It's because it's an emotive. It's because it's an issue.
Garbage.
Because he's insanely unreliable. Now, that's not his fault. It just happens, but still, he's unreliable and no team wants that. Tough. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Give this video a like, and I'll get right with you. I appreciate you for watching.